hideouts, you know. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, taking of Baghdad, or Iraq, I'm not sure. The earth is moved and a cry is heard among the nations. In other words, when we hear that the report that Saddam has been wiped out, something like that, or Baghdad is conquered by the Kurds, or we nuke them or something like that, all hell breaks loose. Sounds like World War III breaks out. I could be wrong here, but that's what it sounds like here. Okay, chapter 51. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Now I feel that what I'm about to read to you has been fulfilled. Okay, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon, and send unto Iraq, fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land. And I feel, if you look at fanners in the original Hebrew, it doesn't mean fanners, it means to be strange. Strange things, I feel. So it goes like this. And I'll send unto Babylon, unto Iraq, that I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. But if you look at this fan, it means scatter her. And shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. I feel that this happened, this has been fulfilled during the uprising in Iraq, right at the Gulf War, with the Kurds and the Shiites. What happened was Saddam sent helicopter gunships on the Kurds and the Shiites. Emptied the Kurds up. They emptied the land. They went up in the mountains. They starved and had a horrible time. The Shiites disbanded. They ended up in the marshes and stuff. Got killed there. All because of the helicopter gunships, which I feel are the fanners. When he says fanners, they look like big fans, you know. So even though it says fanners, in the original Hebrew it's to be strange, but I think it's interesting that God would put it fanners because they look like a big fan. So it reads like this: and I'll send unto Iraq helicopter gunships that shall scatter her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. And that happened, I feel, during the Gulf War. And I feel that's what this is talking about. Against him that let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Hasn't happened yet. But of course that did happen on the road to Basra. It was just wiped, it was just like Turkey shoe, according to what I read in the New Yorker. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, the Kuwaitis. Actually, it was like between Kuwait and Basra, which is in the land of Chaldea. That happened. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and that happened on the highway of death. And they that are thrust through in her streets. That was during the uprising, I feel. For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, for the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel. Okay, now I think this is talking to those in Iraq right now. It says, flee out of the midst of Babylon, out of Iraq, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He'll render unto her a recompense. Babylon, Iraq, golden cup in the Lord's hand, that's made all